most of you know that Living Stones is church planting through child sponsorship. We are just one little part of an amazing network of ministries and outreaches that are all focused on church planting here in Northeast Brazil. I feel like Brazil has been about a week behind the US in closings and figuring stuff out, and now we are actually only second to the United States in the amount of cases. We've had over 1 million cases, and the amount of deaths. We've had over 65,000 deaths from coronavirus. Pretty early in July to know if we're actually going down. We certainly hope so. We are actually open. Most non-essential stores are open. Churches are about 30% capacity able to open. Masks are pretty much mandatory everywhere you go. We're in Northeast Brazil. We're in the poorest part of Brazil. The big city that's close to us is Recife. We're about 1 hour inland. So just for example, Recife was hit really, really hard. But our small town of Carpina, with 100,000 inhabitants, only had about 40 confirmed cases until June. June, everything started going. 3 main things we've been doing with Living Stones and World Renewal Brazil is holding the line, making sure those that work with us, the local leaders, the pastors, the families are taken care of. We know that the leadership is not in a healthy, safe position. How can they help the most vulnerable in their communities? Second, we have asked over and over, what is needed? What can we do to help? And the overwhelming response is always food. We are a ministry that believes in long-term working for the big picture, and not feeding a man but teaching him how to fish. But we also know that in global emergencies that relief is a very important aspect of that. We cannot work on educating and moving things forward with children who are hungry right now. This is a food basket, cesta básica in Portuguese. This is a small version, but as you can see, it has most of the basics, the rice and beans, well, Brazilian basics, rice and beans and sugar and salt and dried milk and noodles and oil. The ones we've been giving out are about 4 times the size of this. So it's like 4 bags of each, and it's pretty huge. And so a food basket, the size we've been giving out, should feed a family of 4 for around a month. Cost 100 reais, which is about $20. $20 to feed a family of 4 for around a month. Number 3 is working on education. The school's summer break in Brazil is January, so most schools don't go back till the middle of February or March. So they only had a couple weeks of school semester this whole year before things were stopped. So for the public schools in our area, there is no infrastructure. Not only is there not steady internet access or computers for the students, but even for the teachers to be able to do online learning, there's just not the infrastructure in this area. So public schools have just completely stopped, and the children have received nothing. No education at all. And so for Living Stones, we really wanted to make sure, one, that they knew we were there. And we found that through about 70% of our children in Living Stones have a way to connect to the internet. Now, it's not going to be live. It might be the neighbor's phone. Some way, shape, or form, we are able to connect with about 70% of our kids through social media and YouTube. And so what has happened is our Living Stones programs have each started their own YouTube channel. And so not only are they doing the church messages and sermons and Sunday school, but also the leaders are making videos about character and helping out with personal issues as much as possible as can be done online, but talking about feelings, at least beginning the conversation. Also sports challenges, getting out that energy. How many push-ups can you do in 10 minutes? Those kind of things. And also making Portuguese and math videos, just simple videos to hopefully help the kids learn some more, and also connecting with other YouTube channels and giving those links of where they actually have classes for the grade, for the subject, on the level of the children. It's been absolutely incredible to see so many of the families, so many of the children really be able to connect and use that resource. Although we do know and are praying, especially for the cases of the unhealthy families and the dangerous situations that are happening because they're stuck at home and there's not a lot of outside influences to protect or to moderate. And for the children who are not in a healthy space, to be able to ask for help or have the words to say how they're feeling. Like this, it's gonna be a while to unpack all of this. We have given out almost 750 of the food baskets already. But with it not going down, we estimate that we'll need at least 250 more. So where are these food baskets going? All 5 of the Living Stones have been able to receive different food baskets. We've also been able to help Venezuelan refugees who are here in Carpina. We've been able to work with missionaries that are a part of our community that work with the indigenous Brazilians that are in a different state in Maranhão. So the indigenous population here in Brazil has been horribly hit by COVID-19. All of the local churches and their communities, people that know people, and connecting them and getting them the help and the love, and just knowing that there's somebody there for you, and they're there for you because of a great God. And so it's just amazing to see, and this pipeline is continuing. We're hopefully 3/4 there, 3/4 done with what we're moving, so we can move forward to the next phases of unpacking what COVID-19 will look like forever in our normal here in Brazil. So thank you so much for being a part of that. Thank you for giving. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for praying for these incredible children, these incredible leaders, and the ministries that are going on here in Northeast Brazil.